We are. Start this shit off. We're picking the code in. Alright, first things first, right? Just get all of our daily stuff. Oh god, my check. We're live. Guess we'll open up this. This is like one of the most annoying parts. Every day you gotta figure this out. I don't know. Let's do crowbar today. I don't have any more of these. Oh, low key. Just like the other one I had. Where is it? Where is it? This is not it. There it is. No. I'll clear this, save, apply this, go back to this. So I just like this look. It's more fun. It's more fun. Like a Cheshire Cat look. Playable coding, Guild 2. Just kidding. Get that, dude. Bam. Collecting. That automatically got that for me. Fractal. Let's just do a fractal quick play. Let it go here. Fractal quick play. Pretty easy. Pretty chill. We're going to Mistlock Sanctuary. It's better for you. Fractal of a Mist. Kind of group beta. I don't even need to be a healer, even though I feel like I should. We're already in. Oh, you know what's funny? I'm actually coding.
Wait. Don't leave her behind.
Damn, the game's hella loud for
She
me.
cried out for you.
Not so much whispers, are they?
So faint. Even I could barely hear her down in the dark.
Just blast the whole time. Label code confirmed. These guys are dying already? My god. We haven't even started. Get your stats up, bro. What are you doing?
Looks like the only way through is... One of you will have to sacrifice that protective energy. That'll leave you vulnerable, so hurry!
Her life fire frightens my ice brew.
The whispers are way louder than even the like little comms.
Surrender it all.
Like a lot louder.
Find peace with us as she has.
This fractal should represent a real place, but it's not quite right. Incomplete, or half-remembered.
I'm really excited for that kind of like comm device to go away in Guild Wars 3. Pretty cool. Kind of gimmicky.
So try to let them speak through. You might get some context clues.
Oh, he's up here. Yeah, we're gonna rip through this. Bear people. Confirmed. It's kind of funny how this game pretty much filled that fantasy for people. Like, oh, I wish we could play as the bear people, and this fractal does it. They did a lot of things to make it seem like you could be the bears. The coding. As it were. Yeah, you gotta hit the thing, bro. There you go.
Make for the pass. If only one reaches the others, enough it will be.
Don't poison
They
your
talk like that.
bearkin against me. I understand your rage, your fear. I've mourned my own family, my brother.
The lore is rich. People keep joining, but leaving. Full memory fragment right here. What are you guys doing? Am I like soloing the goddamn thing? Get over here. That Gale Shot move is so good. Yeah, we don't need these pocket waypoints. It's just a chill fractal. Here we go. The last fight.
Instead of driving them away, we can build a world without loss, without grief. But know that peace is all
Interesting myself.
we're wanting.
Don't say her name.
Hey, are you still with me?
CC, boys, come on.
Know what we're wanted. Keep her name off your lying tongue.
I can't do all the CC, Jesus Christ. Nobody's even doing CC.
She wanted to go home to her family. She wanted to be with
Things chasing me. Do say. Just say in the chat. People aren't getting it. Whoa!
We're wanted to live.
Almost got him. That guy's down. Unfortunate. I just blocked all that on the G. And I got that guy out. Yeah. Come on. It's me. I win. Oh, I forgot about these.
War of sacrifice. You feel no one.
Exit to Lion's Arch. This map. And it's as easy as that, dude. That's one fractal. That's all it takes. One fractal. For the daily. It's a chill stream. Yo! What up, dude? We got actually some spicy news, believe it or not. How's my day been? It's pretty solid, actually. I was kind of stressed out about work, but I got ahead pretty early, and that was good, so now I don't have to worry about that tomorrow as much. Tomorrow I'm giving blood in the morning, so I'll be working for like half the day.
Destruction is in their nature. Don't believe me? Why don't you go up to one and find
But then
out?
I can eat more red meat for the weekend. That's what we like. What about you, dude? I do have some notes on here that I'm gonna have to pull up when we get into the Reddit stuff later. What's the spicy news? Well, it has a little bit to do with that theory in that theory video that I posted, and a thread that I posted in Reddit. We went and chilled with a guy that was a former mailman, and we talked about that for like 2 hours. Did you say thank you for your service? Stolen valor? Yeah, it's really easy to talk to people who have, when you both have that, oh, we both did this job, we know the ins and outs. This is why whenever I see people at Starbucks or any kind of coffee place, I'm just like, I know your struggle, so I want to be the least inconvenient thing that has ever happened to you, because I know you don't give a shit. My inventory is a disaster. Let's do the roller beetle race. I believe it's below here. Yeah. It's starting in a minute. Yeah, sign me up. Dude, so I don't know if you guys remember, I was trying to get those boots. The price shot up like crazy. It was probably like 170 gold, I want to say, before. Now the sandals. Look at this. The sandals are 500 gold now. And I'm like,
How will your endeavors progress?
wait, what was the spicy news? Yeah, I haven't talked about it yet. But it has to do with the Reddit post and the the video. I have to. It's a whole thing we're gonna get into. I want to do the roller beetle race first, and then I'll start pulling everything up. Yeah, it was pretty wild, actually. Chip is gonna watch. Dude, set him up with an account.
My hero is on the verge of breakthrough.
There's actually probably something on here for him on. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm speed maxing. Here we go.
Oh, let's go to the dragon.
Come on, bitch. You don't want to go too fast because then you'll miss turns. I got a boost right here to get further. Oh god, see if you jump like that, sometimes you can't drift. Oh god, that was a bad time to boost, but it worked out. We're doing okay. I'm gonna have to boost right here too. This is the hardest part for me. This corner up here. Right here. Drift. Drift. There we go. Boost. Hit the boost as soon as you can. There you go. I'm hopping around. Okay. Hit the corner. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Let's see if I can hit the boost again. I think this is the only guy in front. Oh, there's a guy up there.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just passed that loser. I'm not boosting right now though, because I don't want to get creamed. Oh no! Just whiffed that turn. I thought the drift was going to take me. That's alright. Watching. What up, dude? Thanks for joining in. Sorry, it's kind of hard to pay attention to chat during a race. Oh, I gotta hit the boost. I always find when doing any kind of racing, and driving for that matter, the further you can look out in front of you, the easier it is to control the turns and stuff you might run into. Oh, we're cruising now. Alright, what's that? This is lap. One more lap. Okay, let's see where they are. I definitely lost some time. What's the good word, boyo? Hey, welcome in. I'm gonna get into the spiciness. Oh god, I just that turn has been screwing me up. After the race, which is this final lap here, when I just completely lost any chance I had of getting a good position, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. Yo, yeah, what's crazy about this race is you can do it as an adventure, and like you have to beat a minute 30 for gold. And I like the other day I just PR'd and I got like a minute 16, which is the fastest time I've had basically. This guy's right on my ass, bro. I'm not letting him win. I gotta hit my replenish. Oh, he's gonna beat me! Oh yeah, he didn't even drift. Can I catch him? I don't think so. Oh yeah, he's over there. Oh no, he beat me. I crossed the finish line. Probably like in 9th place, it looks like. Okay, sick. The race ends in like 7 minutes. Alright. Yeah, check out my playable coding that I pieced together. Alright. I'm gonna fly in the air while we look up at this the stuff, the big news. Okay. So really what happened was let me pull up the tube, the YouTube. I posted a video, which you guys might have seen. I also posted shorts. We're gonna have to pull up Reddit too. The Guild Wars 3 Reddit. So I made a video talking about the Sylvari and the evidence that we have currently for them being in Guild Wars 3. And I want to preface this by saying I'm not like a crazy Sylvari enjoyer. As you can see, my current character, like my main, is a Norn. Right now he looks like a bear, but he normally is just a Norn. You know? The people from the north. So I'm not trying to say that I really want Sylvari in Guild Wars 3. It's not like my thing. I don't really care. They're cool and all, but it's not like I'm not gonna die on that hill or anything. So let me sign in here. I wonder if that's the right account. I don't think so. I don't really know if it matters. I'll find the post regardless. But yeah, so in the video I talk about something I noticed in some of the concept art. And here, I'll switch to this. See if you can see this. Here's the video. My thumbnail is like Sylvari confirmed. Like, it's a little bit of a bait, right? Did ArenaNet already hint at a Sylvari character in Guild Wars? Because is this the picture? All right. It's the video. So in the video, I talk about this picture here. It might be kind of small. This picture here, and how this particular seeker, the mount in the concept art, has foliage on it, and the Sylvari are like plant people. I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting, you know. I'm like, wow, look at that. What's all that? Possibly Sylvari, possibly the god Melandru. Melandru is the god of like nature. And then here's other evidence. They said this is a screenshot from one of the developer direct things. Like, this is Colin, the game director, talking to somebody else. And I explained in the video, like, these people in the background, people are like, is this a Sylvari? I think they kind of look like they might have leafy hair and like green skin. And it was just a little thing. The other thing is there's an image like of this. This is in the trailer. People are saying, this is the end of the trailer. And they're saying, oh, maybe this is a pale tree. The pale tree is where the Sylvaris come from. So people are like, oh, maybe that's a new pale tree. Maybe that's where they're from. And that's why they would be in Guild Wars 3, potentially. So these are already theories that I don't have. And I'm like, oh, I've been hearing this stuff and being like, okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. My only thing was this. I added, you know what? Amongst these things, maybe this is an additional thing I might say that, like, bolster that argument. The other thing people were saying is, this is the tapestry in Guild Wars. This character is hooded. We don't know who he is. Kind of similar to these characters. Like, who are they? Why are they hooded? There was nothing information. And so I made, this is the clip Or I made this in Procreate, and I said, hey, here's the regular one from the trailer. Here's the one from the concept art that was released when they announced Gw3. It's kind of a sneakier thing, and this character, even this character right here, is in full armor, and we can't see what kind of a race he is, what he looks like underneath. And to me, I said in the video, to me, he looks like he's, like this armor is painted over a character model, because the calf is fat, the helmet fits kind of weird, like some of it just looks kind of weird. And I get that it might be concept art, right? It's just the way it is. But I think that looks funky, and it could be covering up a character. Is that Sylvari? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I just said, hey, that's an idea. Or this could just be like a different kind of seeker. And the reason I even brought that up is because I was watching a content creator. His name is WoodenPotatoes. He's like the lore guy about Guild Wars in the community. And I was like, he went over this and he's like, oh, I wish these were different. Like we could see different kinds of them. But they all look the same. I wonder if they're all always going to be the same. And I was like, oh, well, I just noticed this and was like, this is different. Maybe this means something. So that was my video. And then in Reddit, we're gonna go to Hot, I think. Wait, I gotta go to the actual subreddit. This is not it. Maybe. Yeah, wait, how do I get it?
How will your endeavors progress?
There's just. It's definitely possible. Until the devs confirm/deny the game's released, we won't know for sure. It'd be cool if they're in the game though. I agree, but like most people are like, oh well, the pale tree was planted in Guild Wars 1, and then we have it in Guild Wars 2. So there's no other pale trees, but there's obviously evidence to stay otherwise, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But anyway, on the Reddit, I posted the picture. Oh, this is just the announcement trailer. We don't need that. We will find it because it has like almost 10,000 views, my post now. In the Reddit, I posted the picture with the two things circled. Like this is a meme. Like, oh, this means Guild Wars 3, which was true, but it's like, yeah, gliding confirmed. Different code in Asuran. So that's the other thing. There are Asura, these creatures, in Guild Wars 3, which previously people were like, I don't know if that's possible because they were underground, supposedly. Do I have to, like, search? I'm gonna have to find my specific. Oh, you know what? I can go to. This is gonna be easier. So his subreddit is smaller, and I posted a link to it. Yeah, here I am. So here's my Reddit post. I said possible Sylvari clue in the seeker artwork, saying, "Hey guys on Reddit, what do you think about this?" I've been looking at the two seeker images, which I've put side by side so that you can see them, that have been shown so far. The one thing that stood out to me is that they don't seem identical. Obviously, one appears relatively plain, while the other has foliage integrated into its main and overall silhouette. Like, pretty distinct, like, vibe. On its own, I don't think that means much. This is key. I say, I don't think that really means anything by itself. It could simply be a different breed, regional variation, or something to do with Melandru, who's the nature god. Or an artistic choice. But combined with some of the other Sylvari theories that are floating around, such as the possible pale tree image that we showed earlier, the hooded figures I also showed earlier, which was all in the video, and the mysterious fourth character on the tapestry, it made me wonder if ArenaNet, the developers, might be quietly hinting that there is a Sylvari connection. One additional thing I noticed is that the writer associated with the more foliage heavy seeker is more obscured. Like I said, he's in armor. Though that might be concept art presentation. I just said that. So and then clearly saying I'm definitely not claiming this is proof of anything. But I thought it was interesting detail and that I haven't seen discussed much because I haven't really seen anybody talking about it. I didn't post it today. It was a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, because we're gonna get into it. There's 62 comments, bro. Nobody upvoted it, and this is important. Am I wearing a tinfoil hat, or is there something here? There. I just put that there because there's a lot of connections, and little did I know how the Reddit community feels. So here we go. We'll get into it a little bit. The Leafy Seeker is likely more influenced by nature magic and Melandru, which I fucking said, than pointing to Sylvari. I'm sure we'll see other variations of the Seekers and how they're influenced by the other gods. That's a cool idea to me. I think that's cool. This is the kind of discussion I was interested in. You know, like, what does it mean? What does it mean this? The Reddit community consists of assholes. I've found that out. So anyway, this is the first comment that I actually saw. This sub needs to stop with the copium. There are definitely types of spirit magic. We've already seen existing artworks of spirits for Balthazar and Grenth. Look in the recent videos. We know these seekers are our direct connection to the spirit magic in Or and the gods. Everybody loves this guy. And I'm like, okay. First of all, I could see that as well. Like I said, it's interesting, but I don't really think I'm coping. You know, I'm not like, but maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe other people in the community are like, I'm not going to play unless they have the Sylvari. Like, Salad. I don't think that guy knows what copium means. Well, he thinks that I'm trying to make up, like, shoehorn the Sylvari into Guild Wars 3 because they're not supposed to have existed. We'll get into it a little bit as well. So this guy posted after I posted it in the Wooden Potatoes. So what I said, actually, let's just read through my initial thing first. But just know that this is after. No one needs to stop anything if they're having fun speculating. That's my point, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we don't have to read that. We'll just read the main things. We can get into that later if we want. So I said back to this guy, yeah, I did mention Melandru. Like, that's a possibility. And then he said, I get it, and I don't really blame you. And this is, like, such a backpedal, in my opinion. Which is fine, but, like, I feel like Reddit does this. They're going to be mean, and then they're going to be like, well, I didn't actually read the whole post. And that's... A lot of people are going to look at this and be like, possible Sylvari clue, and they're going to see this and not read this and be like, this guy's an idiot. He thinks this means there's Sylvari in Guild Wars 3. That's not what I'm saying. But, you know, you actually have to read the post. Yeah, he basically said, this is the fifth. Okay, hear me out, because he thinks that I really want Sylvari. I don't really care. And he's seen a lot of it in the last 2 days. Okay, people are speculating. People like Sylvari. It's Reddit, dude. Turn off Reddit. Go outside, brother. What the fuck? Anyway, this guy's also kind of rude. Never thought a leaf would start another conspiracy theory. There's trees in half the concept art and all over the teaser. That must mean there's Sylvari in the game. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm not suggesting... And plus, there's other evidence to suggest that there's a possibility of Sylvari. These guys would shit themselves if they saw theories for GTA 6 subreddits. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would. Melandru is depicted as a dryad. Waiting for Melandru's Sylvari conspiracy theories. That's still on the table. Like, people don't like the idea that maybe Melandru is the reason that there were pale tree seeds, but it's possible. Like, it's just a conversation. We don't have to freak out. Druids for real, for real. That's cool. I'm down for it to potentially be druid. The Elder Scrolls 6 subreddit is completely delusional. Yeah, I believe that as well. I think we might see Largos, and we'll be able to infer that the destruction of Or had something to do with their appearance at Guild Wars 2. That's interesting. See, this is like, what else will we see? Other races? That's fun. Here we go. Pale tree hasn't been a thing in that game. The pale tree hasn't been a thing at Hat in game time. Pale Tree is Ventari product that came way later, and we know this is true. But this is the key, and this is what I'm going to get into a little bit later. While that is technically true, don't forget about Malik and his tree. There was one character in Heart of Thorns, the storyline, that didn't belong to the Pale Tree that we know, and he doesn't remember what he's from. So that's curious. So there must have been another tree. And this is what this guy's talking about. And I quoted the wiki from a quest called Snuffing Out the Embers, I think is what it's called. Oops, And this is the quote. Traherne, like the main character of that arc, says, "My research has led me to believe that the Pale Tree is not a unique creature. Legends say her seed is one of many found in a cave." Okay. He goes on to say, "That cave has never been found, but it seems at least one of those seeds was planted. It sprouted the tree which bore you, Malik." He's talking to the guy that does not come from the Pale Tree we know. Our character says, if that's true, there could be other cities of Sylvari, other groves. This is in the game. This is it through the story. It's not a book you find or a little there's other evidence for other creatures maybe surviving from rubbings on a ancient wall. This is dialogue your character says to another character. Groves untutored by Ventari tablets. This is what the guy's talking about, the Ventari, because when the grove was made, it was planted next to the tablet, which informed the dream. The dream is how the Sylvari think. Do the Sylvari dream? I wonder. What inspires them? So that's interesting. We're saying, hey, if there's another tree out there, what is their dream? What is their focus? What do they live and die for? That's really interesting. So this just bolsters the argument. It's a possibility. So that is the key of the defense argument, because it's not. People are going to continue to say that there's no way. Not saying anything against Sylvari speculations, but you have to view it in the context of the game. Gods will be the prominent role, so if you have to expect Melandra theme stuff. So this is cool. I'm okay with that. I said that I really like this idea, especially if we get agency as a player to lean into certain god themes. Because God, wouldn't it be cool to be like, oh, I want to be a warrior who follows Grenth, the god of death, or I want to be a warrior who follows Balthazar, the god of war. That's cool. Or I want to follow Dwayna. She's the goddess of light, and you're like a paladin. That's cool. So I don't have anything against this. Let's keep going. Respectfully, this is going to tinfoil hat mode. It's been confirmed, more or less confirmed, that Guild Wars 3 will take place between Grenth becoming a god, which is true, and the god's departure. The Pale Tree wasn't planted until after the events of Guild Wars 1. He's not wrong. But then I posted the Snuffing Out the Embers quest line and the quote saying, yeah, sure, this is true, but there could be other ones. So, bunch of hate, people, and the craziest one, and people bringing up Asura, which I think is another really, really good point that I'll bring up in a little bit. Can someone who's better at explaining the lore of the Sylvari, blah, 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 he's trying to explain it. So he's just trying to understand. This is what I said when people were getting wild. I was hoping this thread would spark more conversation around the difference between the Seekers, rather than everybody commenting about this subreddit has too much. This was supposed to say cope for Sylvari. I personally am cool with however to set up, given the lore, but I just wanted to speculate. I don't even care what this guy says. I just want to be like, what are you guys, why are we talking about cope so much? Again, he wants to talk about Melandru. That's totally fine. We've reached maximum cope. The first Pale Tree that is known canon doesn't have to be the only one. I know. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's the whole idea. And why, a meta conversation, why would the people who made Guild Wars 3 and Guild Wars 2, why would they take away one of their precious, unique races that their version of elves that people love. And they're really cool. Why would they do that? It's like part of the brand. This guy. No, stop. There is no Sylvari in Guild Wars from Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 3. Period. It was already said that this is a prequel, lore-wise, as well. So no alternative reality either. No, that's not Sylvari. And we had no Sylvari in Guild Wars 1. You'll get the plant race 100%. There's always one in fantasy games. It's like, dude, okay. Negative 2, by the way. Like, we need to chill. This one, this is the most egregious one. Yeah, stop, period. Yeah, copium. They think that I want there to be Sylvari, and I'm trying to make shit up, and I'm coping because I'm doing that. But whatever. This is the worst one. Guild Wars 3 is set before Guild Wars. I know. I was there. There are no Sylvari in Guild Wars. I agree. If you are asking for Sylvari in Guild Wars 3, you are asking for an entire species to be genocided so you can have green skin and leafy hair for a bit. What are we talking about, bro? First of all, that would be interesting. That's a cool storyline. Why are they gone? So they're there, and then all of a sudden they are gone. Why don't we see them again? Why don't we ever see any other pale trees? Was there a genocide? Was there a war? That's still interesting. Let alone, I don't care. I said again, I'm not asking for Sylvari. I don't care. I'd rather have Norn, because I like their culture, and it's more Nordic, and that's my shit. But I'm just speculating. Can we just be chill about this? And somebody said something rude, which I didn't see, which I'm kind of pissed about. And the mods were like, hey, be respectful to your fellow Veil Wardens. Which is so funny. Okay, so that's the initial Reddit post. So you can see I was like, I'm monitoring this every once in a while. Like, I'm not going to keep fighting people or whatever, but like, it's interesting. Like, I hate touch aggressive, but you can't even tolerate digital leaves and hair. I know, and he's acting like I'm personally responsible for a genocide of an entire race, as if just because I was bringing up a thing. It's crazy. Okay, so in the Wooden Potatoes thread, he has his own subreddit. And I was listening to Wooden Potatoes a bunch, and he was saying, yeah, it's definitely possible to have Sylvari. So I'm like, okay, well, then I believe him. He's the lore guy. He explains it in the videos, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. So I meant to say shocked. Genuinely shocked how many people are mad that I suggested Sylvari possibilities. And I linked the thread that we just looked at. And there's a lot of conversation here, which was really fun. And so you can see Wooden Potatoes himself got involved, but she didn't at first. And I was like, okay, this is just going to get fucking buried, which is fine. I just like want to see what people's opinions were. And this is the best response. You know, all these things are happening. I don't think people are mad about the Sylvari being a possibility. From what I saw, most of them were just pointing out that the supposed clue that OP, me, was speaking about does not really indicate anything about the Sylvari being a race, which is fair. Fair point. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. This part. But that was not the only thing I brought up. I brought up a lot of other examples. So I linked the specific thread, the specific comment that we just looked at about the genocide. And I was like, here's an example. Seems like people aren't really open to the possibility of Sylvari. Lol. Which I find interesting because they probably said the same thing about the Asura before they were definitely in the trailer. The Asura being the small people with the big pointy ears. They're in the trailer, and people have thought before that there was no way that there's Asura because they, as far as we know, they were underground. And Wooden Potatoes himself, which I should probably upvote, Wooden Potatoes himself said, yes, I think you're 100% right about this. Asura have no more claim to Guild Wars 3 than Sylvari. As far as I'm concerned, a single line about centuries, this is what we know about the Asura. Centuries since they were seen on the surface. That's the only lore tidbit we have. And there is a Rada Pen hint. A Rada Pen is like a ruin where the Asura might have been. Is every bit as good as all the stuff about the other seeds and trees. If anything, the stuff about the trees is far more prevalent in the main story than the Asura clues ever were. And then he goes on to add, and the Coden, they only concocted last year in Ganther Wilds. Because in Ganther Wilds they said, oh yeah, there was Coden in Ore, which is the new setting of Guild Wars 3. They were there. It's barely better. The Mouth of Zaitan concept art is a pretty cool connection though. So there was something potentially suggesting that there was Coden in Ore, but it's very small compared to the whole quest line with Traherne talking about other seeds. So when he posted this, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Which is cool. But even cooler yet, in his latest live stream, he brought my comment up and talked about it. And I have it written down where it was in his video. So let's see what he has to say, because I was smitten. I don't think it's this one. I think it's... No, it's not. It's live. Because it was a live stream. I'm not seeing anything right now. Oh, I gotta go to his page, is why. This one. Alright, bear with me. I'm gonna get to... Yeah. It is 1:14:24. Or around there. So let's just go 1:14. Alright. Let me know the volume.
But he has a sour look on his face. And he looks at me, and I can tell it's not going to be a nice message. And he looks at what I'm wearing, and he says, "My okay, upvoting is it?"
Right, okay. So I am close. I just want to make sure.
So that's a lovely short story. Thank you very, very much. I don't know whether the bingo's that good. Let's move on, shall we? Jakers.
Jakers, that's me. That's my Reddit name. This is really funny. Most people read it. Yeah, it's cool that he was interested. Actually having dialogue about it. Well, this is what he does. Usually on his YouTube videos, you can post and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And he'll go through the best upvoted comments and all the stuff. And sometimes he'll do the Reddit stuff. And he brought up my Reddit post, so this is really cool.
808
He's very British, and it's fucking hilarious.
says, "Seems like people aren't really open to the possibility of Sylvari, lol." Oh, this is from the Reddit, by the way. I thought I'd mention this. Yeah, that was kind of a cool thread on the WP subreddit. I upvote everyone, no matter what they say. Okay, upvoting is if you contribute to the conversation. It's not whether I agree or disagree.
Yeah, so...
So what did Jakers have to say? He says, seems people aren't really open to the possibility of Sylvari. Which I find interesting because they probably said the same thing about the Asura before they knew they were definitely in the trailer.
Right.
And this guy had 0 points. Someone had downvoted him. I disagree with this, all right?
Believe that. Somebody downvoted me. One person, so I had 0 points. And he... on the WoodenPotatoes subreddit. So they should know.
Voted that guy. I said, yes, I think you're 100% right about this. The Asura have more claim.
You still don't believe me? I know. It's like, bro, the thing is, like, this is just simply, like, me speculating from another person who's way better at the lore. You know what I mean? Because that's where I learn lore. I can't, like, this guy goes in the game, finds the quests, and, like, listens to all the NPCs and shit. Just like, you know, people do for Elden Ring and Dark Souls. It's like, I'm here to watch lore videos. That's because I don't always catch all that stuff. So here's what it says.
Sorry, the Asura have no more claim to Guild Wars 3 than the Sylvari, as far as I'm concerned. If you accept the Asura, you have to accept the Sylvari.
Right.
A single line about centuries since they were last seen on the surface, and the Ratapatan hint, that to me is every bit as good as all the stuff we saw about the seeds and the trees. If anything, the stuff about the other trees from the Sylvari is more prevalent in the main story than the Asura clues ever were. Like, look at me. I had forgotten about that one line. That we're talking about a couple of words.
Right here.
The Eye of the North manuscript.
Eye of the North manuscript. This is from the Eye of the North manuscript in Guild Wars 1, which is like DLC, like, piece of paper. So, such a small piece of evidence.
Talking about how the Asura had been seen on the surface. The Eye of the North manuscript. None of the Guild Wars 2 lore.
Yeah, it's not even in Guild
There's
Wars.
no moments
2.
in Guild Wars 2. Think about all the Asura we've met, all the Inquests we've met. They have a city dedicated to them. Think about how much content revolves around the Asura, right? and revolves not just about modern Asura, but historical Asura. The Great Golem Uprising, that guy that got lost in the Asura portals.
See, like, I would never know any of this stuff. I just simply am like, hey, there's enough evidence, right? And he's just filling in context, and it's insane.
All the shit that they've done with Zin over the years, right? The cities that we found underground. All that shit, all the Inquest stuff. Inquests are even a major theme in the current expansion.
Inquest is like the evil Asurans who are trying to like come up with technology to better than their own wants and needs.
That's a lot of Inquest story. That's a lot of Asura storytelling. And I want you guys to tell me in the comments or in chat right now how many times you've come across an event where the Asura are openly speculating about the last time they were on the surface, or even acknowledging a previous time that they were on the surface. You
Zero.
would be hard pushed to even see them talking about when they were underground.
Which is what people believe. So
They don't talk about it.
I bet one of the shitheads on Reddit saw this stream after and got uncomfortable. Well, dude, here's my thing. This is really validating for me, right? And I'm like, cool. I hope they see this. And I hope, and I don't, like before I was like, I don't really care if there's Sylvari, it's fun, I like them, but I'll probably play the Coden or a human. But now I'm like, God, I fucking hope they're in the game. I hope they're in the game because these motherfuckers are going to be sorry. Or they should be at least. Or maybe they stop just being hatred on Reddit all the time for anybody speculating anything that is interesting. This whole thing is very much the same as people arguing about Elder Scrolls lore. LOL. Lore nerds like you guys help figure out the truth. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just more fun to be open to ideas. Like, some people are just like so rigid in their way of like thinking about what the game could be, and these are the people that are going to hate the game anyway. They're going to hate the game when it comes out.
It is not something that ArenaNet have prioritized or mentioned in any way.
Or bitch about it anyway.
There is one tiny little bit of flavor text at the Rat of Pretend thing.
Right.
And there is that thing in the Eye of the North manuscript that means it's possible in lore, right? But it's not like ArenaNet ever focused on it, and I think that it's important for those of us who aren't quite so good with the lore or haven't played everything. I think you'll just look at
right?
facts on the wiki, and you'll just see them in like a very definitive kind of like, oh, that's it, that's how it is kind of way. But there's a very big difference between what we factually hear and what devs have been pushing for and have focused on and have.
This is the idea that like maybe somebody didn't tell history the correct way, or maybe they were forgotten to history. This kind of a thing where it's like, yeah, in the game they're telling you a narrative because that's what people believe. You a Brit, he is very British. I know, I get it. And you know what's funny is that he comments about that a lot, and he jokes around with Americans a lot, and I think that's a fun little thing. And you should honestly hear some of his accents, because right now this is how he talks. But sometimes he'll go on rants about coins and start talking like more posh, and I'm like, it's just a weird thing. It'd be like me talking in a Southern accent. It's weird. It's weird.
Framed as interesting
for me
mysteries,
as an
right?
American.
They have never ever framed the previous time the Asura were on the surface as anything. They have been completely happy to let people totally forget about that. Meanwhile,
You can be British, just don't do it in front of me.
Sylvari, we've had shit about the blighting trees and Heart of Thorns, which, by the way,
That's pretty funny.
the blighting trees printing Diarmid and Hareth and stuff in
Yeah, look how much
Dragon's
lore
Sand
he
are
knows.
obviously
I don't know any of
prominent too.
this.
We've had voice acted
You know what I mean?
story that they've actually written for the Sylvari. The Sylvari have had way more about other trees and focused on other trees than the Asura ever had. So yeah, again, I don't really care if the Sylvari are in Guild Wars 3, but they have every much of
And what's funny is I agree. I feel the same way. I don't really care, but
the claim as the Asura, and I don't see people bitching about the Asura.
that's my point. That's the whole
And,
point.
and I said here as well, I said they only concocted the Coden last year in Jandhir Wilds. They're barely better. It was only last year that they gave us the idea that the Coden were in ore. What if they hadn't done that right before the finish line?
Right. then we'd
But
be
I do
like
acknowledge
bitching.
that Mouth of Zaitan concept art thing suggests to me maybe ArenaNet had it as an internal idea.
And I never
for
even
years,
really
which is
saw
cool.
that, so that's
Speaking
cool.
of internal
It's cool.
ideas, I have another great comment from one of
So that's what he said about my comment, and
you
so you
guys
can
that want to get to in
see
a second.
how I
Here is
feel.
about-
Like that was pretty cool. I felt like that was a pretty cool thing for him to talk about and bring up my comment in the middle of his live stream. And that's pretty much the extent of the spiciness. So, like I was saying, I just hope it happens so that people, you know, have to eat their own shorts about it. But whatever. Caliente. Yeah, you thought that was that pretty good? I mean, to be fair, like I've posted a couple times on Reddit, and this post I made, not a lot of upvotes, right? Obviously. But it did have like it's almost at 10,000 people looking at it. And on the Wooden Potatoes subreddit, that post I made is like at 3 or 4. So a lot of eyes, dude. It's a lot of eyes. Reddit being Reddit about it, but Reddit being Reddit about it. But a lore god came in and validated your thoughts on the lore a bit. Pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I mean, I hope people. I know people, other YouTubers respect Wooden Potatoes for his views. So, but I don't know how much they're looking at his videos in the Reddit, because obviously they were ready to just say enough copium, and it's like, first of all, if anything, is that hopium? Copium is suggesting that it's not even possible, which is crazy, and I don't even care. Like I said, because it would be cool to see them if they're in there, but I'm probably not going to play another elf. When I was younger, I liked the elves a lot more. Now I like the more gruff, like Nordic, Celtic type vibe, which the Coden probably will do for me, or just human. You should save the post and comment a year or more from now when you're right. Yo, that's not a bad idea. All right, you know what though? I think that's gonna just blow up everywhere anyway. But maybe maybe I should post on that and be like, damn, this aged like milk or something. Yeah, you guys think that's a good idea? Yeah, maybe I will. I mean, like I said, I don't really care if it doesn't happen, but to say that it's not possible. The other thing that he goes on to say, it would be really funny. The other thing that he goes on to say is that there is an expansion coming out for Guild Wars 2, or like a new map that's in Ore. Well, it's the place that the new game is going to take place. This whole area, you know. So, if we get a new map, which people are thinking is going to be the city of Ara, which is right here, which you go into for a dungeon, Ara, and that's supposed to be where the gods lived. And I forget where I was going with that. Yes, so... Well, what I was saying is, there's going to be a map there. And so people are even speculating maybe we'll see a dead pale tree there. And there'll be like lore about it. Or something like that. And then people will have to like suck on socks and stuff because they are annoying. So I hope that does happen. I think it'd be really fun. That should be a soundbite for the stream, like Wedgen, 100%. You know what would be sick actually is not just my voice saying it, but like specifically the song from Oceano, where Dead Planet, where it happens, and it's just like a single Wedgen. That would be fun. Like hold on, we can make this happen really quick since it's just a short little thing. My Chrome still keeps wanting me to update, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that. So it interrupts my search bar. Let me scrub through this really quick. It's pretty far. This is a perfect spot. Alright. Here's the video. Right here. This is what we'll get. Just that little bit. So look at the legend, something like that. Would go pretty hard. Yeah, I can still do sound bites, and I think the song overlaid with my voice. Maybe just that. Maybe I'll just clip exactly what we just did, and keep that video. Yeah. So, I found out quick. And I knew this, but I just thought the Guild Wars community maybe was a rare subset that might be kind of nice and I wanted to speculate, and I figured a lot of people are doing that on Reddit, but no, dude. These people are Redditors first and Guild Wars players second. And God forbid I came in there with a fucking idea. You know what I mean? So. Redditors be speculating. I think they'd be hating more than they'd be speculating. They want to shoot shit down, dude. That's an internet thing, though. They want to be the guy that says, no, you can't do that. Rather than, like, speculate, build community ideas and stuff. But that's Reddit, you know. Pretty much. But we don't hate them. We pray for their we pray for them to grow as humans. And we pray that they get forced to play Sylvari in Guild Wars 3. Oh, you do hate them. Well, that's okay. I mean, you can hate them for me so that I don't have to. All of us, yeah.
Oh, let's go to the Dragon Arena.
So yeah, what do you guys think about my Coden drip? This is my Norn character cosplaying as a Coden inside Guild Wars. Oh, we hate them. The Golem reference. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a video out of part of that, and post it just like I did the Sylvari video, and be like the response, Redditor's response, and see if I can clip that into something that is watchable. Gee, I wonder if it has anything to do with a community of communities with collectively massive inferiority complexes and severe lack of therapy to help cope with that. Yeah, copium. We were literally, I don't know if you saw the Reddit post, but everybody was saying that I was coping. There's a bunch of copium in the Reddit because people think there might be Sylvari. And to be fair, there's probably some people in the because people derogatorily or as a joke call Sylvari salads because they're plants. Nobody's like mad about it really, but people are saying I'm not going to play if there's no salads. And there's people out there saying there's got to be because I want to play Guild Wars 3, but I saw the same thing about Char. There was a lot of Char lovers, the big cat people, and there's almost no shot that you get to play as a Char because they are literally doing their own thing under their own king. They're Connor, which is a king, not Connor, but Connor. It's spelled really weird. But they
Spirits of the
this is like the era before that they were fighting humans. No different than people hating on red guards. Damn. It's a little... It might be a little bit different. I get what you're saying, but... red guards are just... pretty obviously... have ties to the real world. Yeah. But to be fair, you can critique their culture. Like, if you don't really like the vibe of the... It's fine. Just hitting on red guards isn't the game. Oh, red guard the game. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of their setting, and I think if that's where... You know, part of the game is like... But Sylvari's setting, I'm super into. Like, Jesus, like, let's go check that out. This is the vibe. Like, how do you hate this? Concept art alone. Look how cool these people are. And they get awoken from the tree. They sit there and like have the dream. And there's a nightmare version where like they have a dream and nightmare, and the nightmare are like the twisted version of the dream, and the whole place is freaking gorgeous. Look at this fucking place, dude. It's like... And this is one... Look at that. This is like one of the first places the game has ever made. Because it's a starting zone for the Sylvari. It's like Avatar mixed with Lothlorien. Like... Before both of those things were... movies. It's cool, dude. This is where they're from. And if there's another pale tree, maybe it looks different. Maybe it doesn't look like this. People were saying maybe it's fungal, because there's like some concept art with some mushrooms off to the side. Black marsh, I could see that. But Avatar's just got visually a lot of lights, you know. And this is... Oh, and we should go see the avatar of the pale tree, because people were talking about a potential new avatar for the new pale tree. So this is a cool ass concept art too. So we're inside like a little entryway. A lot of stuff takes place here in the story. A little seed pod takes you up. Where is she? Oh, here she is. The avatar of the pale tree. She's cool as hell. So she's not the tree, but she speaks as if she's the tree. And there's these wardens. Also people speculating maybe there'll be like a warden type race. Specifically, what's she have to say? Norn, I welcome you to my grove. You'll find warm hospitality always in the shade of the branches, so long as you foster peace and partnership. You've heard of Scarlet's death? Your branches, what are you talking about? I am not as I appear to you. This small body is a manifestation I use to put visitors at ease. That's kind of creepy, but I like it, you know? Oh, Black Reach, not Black Marsh. Yeah, way more fitting. My entire being stretches deep into the world and out into the dream. I am more than you can imagine. And the dream is really like kind of heady and conceptual. It's fun. I think this race is really cool. If they had like a different version of it, I might be more interested. It is complex. My children, Sylvari, exist in a realm called the dream. Prior to awakening here, in this world, we are all one, all connected, all of the same source from this tree. All of one mind? Question mark. Not necessarily. Free will plays a role. Not all choose to embrace Ventari's teachings, which is the tablet that the tree is planted on. The soundless use meditation to cut themselves off, and the nightmare court twist their beliefs beyond repair. And somebody was also speculating, I think it was WoodenPotatoes speculating, what if this is Guild Wars' version of elves, and then maybe the next pale tree is like Guild Wars' version of like dark elves or something. Maybe this pale tree has a different dream where they're like there's a completely different vibe to them. That could be really cool. He was the wisest. He was the wise centaur who settled this grove and put down the first roots here. His friend Ronan planted my seed here. His tablet of aphorisms provide the foundation of our code of behavior. I see, better go. So Ventari took his tablet, placed it here. Ronan planted the seed. This was in Guild Wars 1. And so when you play Guild Wars 2, you're like, oh, these are new people. Here's Ventari's tablet right here. Interact. The words of Centaur Sage Ventari are carved into the stone. More than a relic, the tablet is more foundation of Sylvari society. Read the tablet. I've actually never read this. 1. Live life well and fully and waste nothing. This is why if there's another pale tree, their dream could be completely different. It could, because Malik, the guy who doesn't remember what tree he's from, he has a different, he doesn't have a dream. So it's like, what does that mean for other Sylvari? Do not fear difficulty. Hard ground makes stronger roots. The only lasting peace is peace within your own soul. This is all good. All things have a right to grow. They say that constantly. And it's just a cool vibe. The blossom is brother to the weed. Never leave a wrong to ripen in evil or sorrow. Act with wisdom, but act. The last one. From the smallest blade of grass to the largest mountain, where life goes, so too should you. And they say that. Where life goes, so too should you. They say that a lot too. So just kind of a cool vibe. Even if you're not into them. I do kind of wish there was like maybe more diversity between the way that they look. Because if you had like a Norn look, like body shape version, like the Wardens, those guys are cool. Because they're like bulkier Sylvari. But like, come on. Their hair is really cool. They glow. That's cool. So that's my whole thing about the Sylvari. And I hope it happens in Guild Wars 3. And I hope it's different. I hope it's cool and different. I like this kind of elven Fae. There's a lot of Fae inspiration too, which I think is really cool. Not that I want to be Fae, but I like exploring that world. So, more of it would be cool.
I've seen a sentient being birth from a planet.
What the fuck? Yeah, a lot of these places weren't really meant for mounts. You could just fly up here. I don't know if it's gonna let me go in. Oh, you don't even have to, oh, but you're not in the instance where you can talk to the avatar of the pale tree. But you can be up here. She's just not here. I wonder if I can set up shop. Yo, I'm the fucking avatar of the pale tree now. I'm the fucking avatar of the pale tree. Come say hi to me, bro, and pay your respects. Is that rude? Did I just take over? Even like the little housing instance that's in this area is really cool. Like all these little houses are cool. Yeah.
May the stars guide you.
Yeah, Avatar,
My dream showed me a
The Last Airbender.
leads to the moon.
Similar, but not really. At all. The fuck is this? It's a lot. There's a lot of cool, and now it's what's cool about it is as there comes more things to like look at from Guild Wars 3. There might be people looking for more clues, and that's why I really am excited for the new map that is probably coming out in like 6 months. They've got to do, in the next 3 months, they're going to do the end of this current story, the Visions of Eternity. And then after that, they'll be doing that stuff. So people are speculating 6 months. Who knows? Oh yeah, so we can go into the Dreamer home. The Sylvari homes. It's just kind of fun.
I had to clean up another hairball one.
It's just a cool vibe. Maybe I like them more than I thought I did, but for different reasons, I suppose. And maybe it's not really what I'm into, but I do respect it a lot. Like, I should be a little bit more bummed that there's not going to be Norn. But we're getting Coden, which is really cool. So, or we are assuming we're getting Coden because they're in the trailer. But why would you put them in the trailer if you can't play as them? You know. And I'm really excited for the Hollow Monuments to come out, so that we can grind Guild Wars 2 for Guild Wars 3 stuff. Avatar, the last tree bender. Well, they don't really, I mean, I guess she's technically just a version of the tree. Which is kind of interesting when you think about it, because like Avatar, the last airbender, he's not really, is he an actual avatar of something? I know is he an avatar of the other avatars? Is that what that means? Because we know Avatar, like, the Avatar Way of Water, there's not really a fucking avatar. Like, the literal sense of the word. But Aang, like, represents the other avatars. But what do they represent? I don't really remember. Are they literal avatars? Yeah, so you start out here, bro, and then you go to Kaladin Forest, one of my favorite maps. The whole Maguma area is so cool. I literally just completed this map completion on this character not that long ago. TLA and James Cameron are wildly different, of course, but they both have the name Avatar, and I don't know if that's literal. Whereas the Avatar of the Pale Tree is a fucking avatar of the Pale Tree. Like, how do you not fucking love this shit? I even like Brisbane Wilds is a like, swampy area up here. Yeah, the Radissoum area is really interesting. And in this game, ore was risen from the depths of the sea, so it's like destroyed. It's a lot of zombies and shit. So it's gonna be really, really cool to see it. People are almost speculating that it might be like more of a Greek vibe because of all the white stone and stuff, and the gods. And it's just been recently like understood that the city of Ara was floating in the sky, where the gods were looking down upon the humans and potentially giving them magic, depending. It's interesting. Yeah, this whole area is nostalgia vibes. There's a jumping puzzle here. If I get too close, it'll kick me off my mount. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is take a little break-a-rooney, get some food, and then maybe we'll do a late night shift from like 8 to 9:30. I gotta get up and give blood tomorrow, so I want to be rested and hydrated mostly. I on Shiv when you're ready. Okay, cool. Thanks for tuning in, boys. And more from Guild Wars. Obviously, as time rolls on, it's most likely going to be a slow drip. But again, if in the Discord, let me know what kind of games we were interested in watching or playing together, and I'll make a list soon, and we'll go over it in stream and prioritize. All right, guys.